we want to amend the Kyoto protocols so that each country has certain goals, especially for like more populated countries like the U.S., India, and China. I yield my time to Somalia.
The delegate of Somalia thinks that small countries like Somalia need more support from bigger countries, for example, the United Kingdom or the US, because we as a country cannot sustain by ourselves to reduce carbon emissions. I yield the floor to the chair.
Thank you, Delegate. The delegate from New Zealand is now recognized.
New Zealand believes and supports the Kyoto Protocol. New Zealand has achieved its target in the Kyoto Protocol. The United States has spent $4 trillion on military, and it spent $100 billion in development and aid. Why can't it spend part of the $4 trillion on developing green technology to improve the economy, as well as reducing greenhouse emissions? Also, it can fund developing countries. Why should it make a new protocol when you already have one? I think they're going for a less strenuous one, and they're talking about, yes, we have a weaker economy, but whose fault was it? It's the United States' fault. Canada, China, and India, I feel that China and India are willing to support reducing greenhouse emissions. They're currently the highest countries which invest in green technology. If you think about it, by 2030, the Arctic will be ice-free. Sea levels will rise by a foot. Country borders will reduce.
Sorry, Delegate, your time is now expired. The Honourable Delegate from Thailand is now recognized.
The Kyoto Protocol was intended to cut emissions by industrialized countries by an average of over 5% by the year 2010. According to the IFCC, that will mostly buy us 10 years. In essence, the protocol merely assumes that what we really need to worry about is the climate in a century's time. Recognizing that the Kyoto Protocol was seen as an important step towards global emission reduction regime, the government of Thailand strongly feels that more radical measures need to be taken in order to halt global warming. The government of Thailand has only 20 years before our capital city, Bangkok, is immersed. Therefore, we need more radical measures to be taken. We need punitive action to be taken against countries that are not following the Kyoto Protocol. So please assist Thailand to helping solve the issues of the world. I yield my time back to the chair.
The delegate from Vietnam is now recognized.
The delegation of Vietnam would firstly like to say that we support the Kyoto Protocol, but we feel as if that some amendments are in order. And countries like Thailand are saying that in 20 years that they're going to be submerged in water. And we do realize that we do need a permanent solution. But at the time, we do need this temporary solution, as there's nothing else that we can do so far, and so far this is the best solution as we think of. And countries like India saying that they are pulling out of the Kyoto Protocol doesn't really make sense, because they have the same problem. They are also on the Indian Ocean, thus in 20 years they are also going to have the same problem. So them doing that is not really the smartest of issues. Secondly, we feel as if by amending the protocol, the main issue is just because that the protocol had too high goals, and that each country should have a specific goal, and that should be one of the amendments. As Honduras said, what else? Also, yeah, I'd like to yield my time to Serbia.
Your time has expired.
Oh, okay. I'd like to yield the floor to the chair.
Thank you. The delegate Croatia is now recognized.
Global warming has caused several disastrous effects, specifically increasing the sea level, which has reduced the territories of sea-bordering nations such as Croatia and Thailand. Croatia would like to suggest a new motion to bring forward a protocol, as formerly suggested by Canada, that will be fair and reasonable to LEDCs, as well as legally binding to the nations who produce the most greenhouse gases, such as China and the US. I'd like to yield the floor to the chair.
Thank you, Delegate.